Hi, everyone. I'm glad that you could join us for this afternoon ScholarCast. I think this is going to be a really great one. Today's ScholarCast is um, internship goal settings with Sage Core. So this is going to be really helpful. I know we're in internship, you know, time, and so I think it's a great time to talk about these things and learn a little bit about Sage Core as well. So before we get started, a few housekeeping rules. We have we're going to be recording this, so you'll get a copy of the recording at the end of probably the end of the week. I'll be sending over a link to the recording. We've disabled your camera and mic just to keep things moving a little quicker. But if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We'll try to answer them either during the presentation or right after. All right, well, let's get started. Our presenter today is Shannon. Shannon is the program manager at Sage Core. While studying finance and human resource management at Loyola University of Chicago, Shannon studied abroad, and the experience changed her global perspective. So I completely understand that because I studied abroad and it changed my life. After graduation, she taught English in Bangkok and loved every minute of it. With her master's degree in international education, she has dedicated her career to helping students open up their minds and challenge their view of the world. So I want to bring out Shannon. Shannon, welcome to the stage.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the welcome. Appreciate it. And really happy to be here with everyone today. I'm going to share my screen. So hopefully you can see some of the slides going over while we talk about internship goal setting. You heard, please feel free to put any questions in the chat or the Q&A feature. My colleague Hannah is with us today as well, so she will help answer any questions that might come up. But we're going to be talking about internship goal setting today, and a few of the items that we're going to cover, why it's important to set goals, some kind of self-assessment and reflection tools, how to actually set them. We'll do a little evaluation and then have a discussion activity at the end on kind of actually taking what we're talking about today and making it impactful in setting your goals. So if you don't mind, just so we can get kind of an idea of who is with us today, if you don't mind dropping your name and university in the chat. If you already have an internship that you are currently in or one that you are planning on, or just a general goal that you have for an upcoming internship, we'd love if you want to share that in the chat. I think it's fun to kind of get to see everyone. So feel free to do that. While we wait, we can jump in on why do we actually set goals? Why is this important? Why are we talking about this today? Setting goals will help give you motivation. It will help give you kind of a checklist and get you really excited about kind of what you're working on and doing. Internships are important for so many different reasons. One of them is that you're able to gain experience perhaps in a new industry or a new type of role that you haven't had before. You're kind of testing the waters. Is this something that excites me? Is this something that I want to do more of and pursue later? Is this kind of a one and done deal that I'm no longer interested in this experience? And if it is kind of a one and done deal, if like 3 weeks in, you're like, oh, I don't think this is what is really exciting for me anymore, that's still a great takeaway from an internship. But you definitely need to still have the motivation to continue to be successful and to still make it a positive experience for both you and the organization that is employing you as an intern. So setting a goal can help give you that extra oomph and motivation that's needed. It will encourage you to maximize your time and keep track of your time. Internships, especially like over the summer, you think like, oh, this is going to be a 12-week internship or a 10-week internship or a 2-month internship. Time goes by so quickly. So it is very easy to, and I'm sure we all know from like school projects, you can say, oh, this one's not due for a couple weeks. And then all of a sudden, yeah, it's due in 3 days. So since time moves so fast, having your goals, having kind of an accountability plan will help make sure that you've maximized your time in the internship. It will also help increase your hard skill development, which is one of the things at SageCore that we find most important when participating on an internship program. You want to make sure you're advancing and improving those hard skills. So the next opportunity that you have can be at even a higher level, and you can keep kind of advancing yourself forward. It will also make it much easier for you when you are looking at updating an experience on your resume. And perhaps most important, it is a great accountability tool and will really help hold yourself accountable. So for a self-assessment, in order to kind of help decide what your goals should be, it's great to kind of recognize where you're currently at. So we always recommend doing a bit of a self-reflection. So recognize areas that you want to improve, and maybe the harder question where you have areas that you need to improve. So sometimes it's easier to identify hard skills that you want to develop. I want to get better at using Excel. I want to get better at being able to make data visualization tools from to help make graphs, or I want to be able to do financial modeling, or I want to be really good at digging deep into digital analytics and figure out how to reach a more specific target market on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn. Those maybe are easier to identify, and maybe a little bit harder to identify are the areas that you need to improve in your soft skills, in communication, in attention and focus to detail. All of the soft skills that we tend to take for granted are things that can really help propel you and like help in interviews, especially. So we always recommend making sure that your goals kind of align with your career goals. And in order to find kind of long-term career goal planning, we call it finding your skills gap. So what that means is that before you set your goals, before you're even really looking for internship opportunities, we recommend kind of finding your dream job. So look out there on jobs that are posted at companies you might be interested in, and read the different types of jobs that there are. And if you find a job that you think sounds amazing, that you'd be so good at, take that job description and go through it with like a real fine-tooth comb. Highlight anything that you can do already, and then highlight the requirements that you do not have. Does it require like an advanced degree? Does it require a special hard skill? Does it require knowledge in a certain kind of computer programming system? What's their CRM management? Is that something you can train yourself on? So go through, find out what you can do, find out what you can't do. And then when you're looking for internship opportunities or for project work in your courses, find things and prioritize things that are going to help you build that skill set that's listed on the job description that you don't have. So that's what we call the skills gap, a gap in skills that you currently have and the skills that you currently need to land that future dream job, with the hopes that the internship that you are landing or going to be will help kind of bridge that gap a little bit more. Also knowing that depending on kind of where you're at in your degree and kind of your already work experience that you might already have, everyone's at a different level. And maybe your dream job is something that you'll have in 20 years and not necessarily 5 years. So regardless, really take a deep look at that skills gap. And then identify your current skills and the strengths that you have that you are proud of, and areas where you want to see growth. So combining both those hard and soft skills. So when you are setting your goals, we've spoken a lot about the kind of professional soft skill piece. And then you also will have a lot of benefit in doing personal goals. So work at kind of the personal level, your future professional goals, and any kind of current work related goals are things that you want to kind of keep in mind. So you might have like your future professional goals will definitely cover your skills gap area. Your personal goals might be more of those soft skills, might be more of like building confidence levels, challenging yourself, getting yourself outside your comfort zone. And then those work related goals, also very important. Maybe it's to turn your projects in 2 days early for every deadline, or yeah, kind of growing in a specific project area. So yeah, focus on kind of the personal, the future career goals, as well as the current day-to-day goals at your internship. And when you are writing your goals, we want to make sure that it's not just expand my current network. That is a very nice goal, but it is exceptionally general. So this could be a great kind of personal goal, but to make it smart. So SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So there's like a deadline kind of to it. So to expand my current network and make it into more of a SMART goal, it could say connect with 5 people in my area of interest during my internship. So really making strong connections with a cohort of people. Next goal could be build a solid relationship with one mentor in my field of study during my internship. So to find a mentor is something that is amazing for career development, and it is not always easy. It is something that has to work hard, that you have to work hard at. Not always is like your supervisor going to be that mentor figure that you want to have. Your mentor might end up being someone else that's in the same co-working space as you, or maybe it's the CEO that you have a great mentorship experience with or see potential in a mentorship there. So instead of expand my current network, it's I'm going to leave with 5 contacts of people that I can reach out to if next year I'm applying for a different job. And perhaps I'm going to get a mentor that even after this internship, like we're going to go and have coffee once a month just to do kind of personal check-ins. So we're really taking a general goal and making it measurable. Can we actually do this? And making it kind of realistic for us. So when you are building out your goals, we have our SMART goals set, but we need to come up with a path of how to actually achieve the goals. So how am I going to connect with 5 people in my area of interest during the internship? How is that possible? Am I just gonna like show up and then hopefully 5 people come talk to me? Likely that's not going to be a great way to make it happen. So as we're building out these goals, let's set individual kind of daily goals that we can work on. So I'm going to start up a conversation with 2 new people every week. So that is very scary, but it is something that will help you achieve your goal. So whether you're at the water cooler, at the coffee machine, or yeah, just taking like a stretch break and kind of walking around the office, how are you going to be yeah, introducing yourself to 2 new people each week? When you do introduce yourself to 2 new people, follow up, connect with them on LinkedIn. Great to speak with you today, would love to connect. Doesn't have to be a lengthy, really long message, just something, yeah, short and sweet. Hi, this is Shannon. We met at the elevator today. It was great speaking with you. Would love to connect with you on LinkedIn. Easy, done. And then find one way to follow up with them again. So, did you talk about something where you can share an article like, hey, I just saw this article. It made me think of our conversation and wanted to share it with you. Or if you're talking with them and say, is it okay if I follow up, if I connect with you on LinkedIn? And they say, yes, make sure you're following through. So, especially with new connections, make sure that anything you're sharing is something that you are following through and delivering on. Making sure that you have the reputation with strong follow through is a great way to kind of help build that network. So you have your goals, you have them built out, you have the kind of overall goals for the internship, you have kind of your weekly or daily goals set. But it's important to check in with them. So, meeting with your supervisor for those kind of work specific goals, always good to help share them with your coworker or with your supervisor, to say, these are my goals for the week. Is this something that, is there anything else you would like me to include or cover? And then make sure you're having those like regular meetings with your supervisor to say, this is what I've achieved. This is what I'm still working on. Again, with that follow through, really important. So during these meetings as well, you can help troubleshoot. I'm having a hard time meeting this goal. Am I able to extend, or how can I help get some extra assistance so I can complete it? So always having meetings with the supervisors is something that we for sure recommend when it comes to not only making sure that they are able to see that you are doing a great job at your internship, but also that you can, that you have good follow through and you are meeting your internal company goals. Do a coffee date with yourself to check in to make sure that you are on track. So we recommend doing this on a Thursday. So that way, if you're in a panic, like, oh my gosh, I haven't spoken to anybody this week, I'm like, okay, well, now it's Thursday morning. I have all day Thursday afternoon and Friday to come up and talk with 2 people so I can still meet that goal. But definitely like have a beat, talk with yourself for just 15 minutes, pull up that notepad and say, yes, I am on track, or no, I need to change a few things this week, or what can I address for next week? And also always really good to have a buddy. If you have someone else who's participating in the same internship, great to do kind of goal setting with them. If you have a friend who's in a completely different internship, say, hey, do you mind being my accountability pal on XYZ? I still have accountability buddies either at work or in my personal life. If I'm working to achieve a goal, I'm like, hey, I'm going to come back to you in a week. I just want you to know that I'm hopefully going to be saying XYZ in a week's time. And then that friend will send me a text message like, how's that going? We all love to support each other. So find that support in your life, whether that be, someone else in the internship or someone on in another avenue. And have an accountability buddy. They are fabulous. So, goal setting and achieving your goals during your internship truly we believe will benefit you on a like foundation personal level, but also very much so professionally. So you not only will leave a positive impression with your employer because they'll say, oh my gosh, Hannah came in and she did X, what, like the supervisor has been meeting with you. They can see everything that you've done. You've been checking off your goals. You've been killing it with your follow through. You've made a great impression. It helped make you the most of the opportunity. So afterwards, you can say, oh my gosh, I can add all of this to my resume, which is incredible. And you now have maybe a larger network. Maybe you did find that mentor figure, or maybe now your skills gap is smaller. So for the next opportunity, you're one step closer to getting that kind of dream job and dream position. So it can seem like something that is just like, oh, yeah, I'll set goals, no problem. But if they are intentional and you really take the time to build them out and follow through, I think you will see fantastic kind of personal and professional growth development. So when you are getting started with your with building out your goals, sometimes you can get that writer's block of like, I don't actually know what I want. So I would just start by writing down, just taking 10 minutes. What skills or experiences do you hope to gain from this internship? What challenges do you anticipate? in achieving your goals, and how can you plan to overcome them? So what do you think is going to be hard on the day to day, and what can we already kind of help proactively combat? And then also kind of finding that skills gap. But when you're coming to set your goals, we recommend doing it in kind of blocks of time. So whether you just sit down, set a timer for 10 minutes and brainstorm potential goals. Like this is the post-it note method where you're able to write down your goals, put them on a wall, see kind of the bigger picture, what you think you like. Make sure maybe you have different color post-its, one for personal, one for professional, one for like your actual internship goals. So yeah, brainstorm, start thinking, really take a look at your skills gap. What skills do you want to put on the post-its there? And then pick ones that you think are going to be, I bet you'll see that there's a lot of kind of overlap, and then start building them out into being SMART goals. Once you have your SMART goals, then start building out a plan on how you're going to keep yourself on track, and what ways you're going to actually evaluate to see how are they measurable? How are you going to evaluate yourself on those goals? So yeah, do it for like 10 minutes and then take a break, walk away, come back another 10 minutes. And I think that overall, everyone sets goals at different speeds. But I think overall, if you invest just like 30, 40 minutes, you'll see that you're able to actually build out some solid goals. Also, using ChatGPT is a great way to help. You can even put in your future job description with your kind of future resume and say, where's my skills gap? What skills should I be focusing on or improving? So yeah, use resources to help kind of get you creative ideas, but then really help build them out and hold yourself accountable. Unfortunately, ChatGPT can't hold you accountable, but yeah, definitely a great tool for helping to get things started if you have a little writer's block, especially. So that is, yeah, our main, I guess, pitch on goal setting and kind of the importance of it. Does anyone have any questions off the bat with goal setting, or any questions that I can help answer before I dive a bit into the SageCore Summer Internship Program? Okay. All right. Well, feel free to drop them in the chat or the Q&A box, and we can, rock on from there and make sure that all the questions are answered. But to tell you a bit more about SageCore, we are a internship abroad company. So we help students participate in internships at startups around the world. You are able to get academic credit in addition to having your amazing experience. And you're also able to explore a new city. We always focus on working at startups as our kind of area of focus, because we find startups, really small teams. We find that they're, really focusing on the skills of tomorrow today. So especially when you're looking at that skills gap, like the projects that startups are working on, they're innovative. Startups were doing things with AI like 10 years ago, when the mega companies weren't doing anything, and now everyone is. So hopefully it allows you to kind of get a sneak peek into what kind of the big corporations are going to be doing kind of 5-10 years from now. But having experiences working at startups, super dynamic environments. You might be sitting across from the CEO, and that's going to be kind of your main point of contact. So it's a really unique opportunity to jump in and really make an impact. This summer, we are still accepting applications. These are the cities that we will be offering programs in. All of our programs are 8 weeks, so they will be, the dates are a little bit staggered, and we do have a virtual internship opportunity as well. So who can apply? We have our program open to any majors, any university that students attend. We'd like to see a minimum of a 3.0 GPA, but we really do look at the whole person when we are evaluating applications. So the different types of placements that we have. So when a student applies to be a part of our program, it is free to apply to get started. You complete your application and then you'll do an interview with a Sage Course staff member. And during that interview, you can say, I'm really interested in a business development position, a marketing position, whichever. We have kind of different boxes for specific roles that we are looking to fill. So depending on your experience, we'll have you, kind of pick an area that best aligns with the previous work experience that you have, in addition to any coursework that you are taking. We recognize that everyone is at a different level. So as a part of our program, we will enroll you in our Skills Academy, which is through LinkedIn Learning. So within LinkedIn Learning, we have specific kind of learning paths or collections of courses that we think would be really successful in helping you build a nice foundation before you start your internship. So if you are a psychology student that doesn't have a lot of experience in business, then we will help kind of give you that foundation. If you are a student who is interested in marketing, but hasn't taken a lot of marketing courses yet, but you are managing, the social media platform for 3 organizations that you're a part of, you're able to take our Skills Academy where you're able to kind of build that marketing foundation that will help you then be more successful in your internship. So we definitely will help make sure that you have the knowledge base to be successful for your placement. These are the dates and the program fees. So as I mentioned, every city has a bit of a different starting date, as well as a different cost associated. All of the program inclusions are the same regardless of the city that you go to. So the cost is really based on housing pricing. So that's why some cities are more expensive than others. But included in the program fee cost with us would be your pre-program support. So when you commit to the program, you'll work with a program manager. We're going to update your resume. We're going to put you in the Skills Academy to make sure that you are building that foundation to be successful. We introduce you to a startup. We'll help you with a mock interview so you're confident going into the interview with the startup. And then once you arrive in country, we're going to do a big welcome dinner that first night so you can meet everybody that's going to be in your cohort. We usually have about 30 students participate in every cohort. That's where we kind of cap it to be, at the most 30 students. So we'll do a big welcome dinner. We're going to have city managers that are there who help support you throughout the program. If you have questions about health and safety, if you just want some cool tips about things that are happening in the city, they're your best point of contact. Then the next day you're there, we'll do a big health and safety orientation, making sure you are feeling comfortable and ready to get going. We'll do a cultural event in the afternoon. And then that Tuesday, you really hit the ground running and you start your internship. You are in your internship kind of Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. But that first week on Thursday, we'll do a walking tour of the city. We'll do another cultural event on Saturday. So we really kind of stack events that first week so you can connect with the city managers as well as with the cohort. And then included would be another kind of cultural event about every other week after that. Your health insurance is included as well as your housing. So those are all kind of the things that are included in the program fee price. We usually get a lot of questions about funding your program. So we do have scholarships through SageCore that you're able to apply for that are need-based. We also have stipends that some of the startups are able to offer. So If you really would like a stipend, we can prioritize that when looking for your placement. The average stipend cost could be around $200 to $500 a month. That's paid out after the program. But that's something that can kind of help replenish the bank account for when you come back. There are also different funding opportunities at your university. So it's always good to check in either with the study abroad office, with the career center, and yeah, with different kind of pockets on campus. We have found that some students are able to fully fund their program with funding from their school. So yeah, definitely look out there for specific opportunities. And then of course, crowdfunding or kind of self-funding is often successful for students as well. So in order to, yeah, kind of get more information on the program, if you have any questions after today, we recommend that you reach out to our campus relations email address. So I think, I know Hannah dropped in the chat as well a link to information about our general summer internship programs, but definitely feel free to email the campus relations email address and to start your application with us today. We do have a big application deadline that will for tomorrow, for March 7th. So that's the date that we really encourage people to apply and get their application in, so we can kind of help guarantee their first or second choice city location as we kind of get closer to those departure dates. Some of the cities fill, so we might still have opportunities for you, but it might just not be the city that initially gives you that, you know, sparkle in your eye, but will still be a great experience in another city. So definitely recommend taking a peek at our website and seeing if this program is of interest for you. And if so, starting your application so you can get that interview scheduled with our team and we can answer any questions as well. Does anyone have any additional questions or something that we can help with?
We have a shy group this time around.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no worries. Just always feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions at all or if anything comes up.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shannon. This was really helpful. I learned a lot about the Sage Core and goal setting. I'm going to ask my boss if I can go and do an internship in Paris because it looks so amazing. Thank you so much again. Everybody who's on the call today will be getting a copy of the recording. We'll also be sending it out to our community at large. Thank you again, and I hope you get to participate in this really amazing program. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, well, I think it's just us. So we're good. I'm so sorry it wasn't a better turnout. It was
Oh my
a
gosh.
fantastic presentation, though. I was listening in the backstage. So I think we're probably going to take some tidbits of it as like general information we can share on social, and I think all that kind of stuff is always really helpful to reinforce.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a really great presentation. Thank you so much, Shannon.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks so much for having us, and no worries on, we know that, sometimes students show, sometimes they don't. Like, it's would have given them the same razzle dazzle if it was more students or less. So, hopefully the recording's helpful, and just happy to be a part. So thanks for letting us, come.
Thank you again, and I'll be in touch. I can send you a list of the people who attended and registered just in case you want to do any follow-up with them.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great.
All
Awesome.
right.
Well, thanks so much, Jen. Have a good one.
Thank you too. Bye.
Thank you.